How you doing? Where are you coming from?
Porktown.
In May of 2026, I flew up to Portland and bike-packed to Los Angeles, riding over 1,100 miles down the rocky sea cliffs of Oregon, redwood forests of Northern California, the iconic Pacific Coast Highway of Central California, and sunny beaches of Southern California, with the green hillsides to my left, Pacific Coast to my right, and endless pavement in front of me. Join me as I ride from PDX to LA. From the get-go leaving Washburne Park, the wind blew against me and continued to do so for the entire day. The air was cold, so I had all the layers on. Wind vest over the jersey, fleece middle layer over the vest, then the shake-dry rain jacket over everything to block the wind and keep the warmth in. Every once in a while, a motorcyclist will give me a thumbs up, or a car will tap out quick honks of support. It's always nice to share that brief camaraderie on the road on otherwise long and lonely days. Made it to a small town of Reedsport by 2 p.m. and stopped for lunch at a Mexican restaurant, Sol de Mexico. The owner didn't make any comments or note my wacko outfit when I walked in or when I ordered. Only when he gave me my bill did he ask me if I would like my water bottles filled up. And when he was filling up the bottles from the pitcher, he shyly but proudly talked about how good the water is in Reedsport. What a nice man. Overall, today was a workman's day, uneventful. Battle the winds and the cold air, just put your head down and put in the miles. Got to Coos Bay and went to Sunset Bay State Park campgrounds. By the time I got out of the shower around 7:45, it started raining and kept raining all night. The rain made a mess of everything, so it was a long morning of cleaning and drying everything before packing. The wind blew cold air, but the sun was blazing, so it was hard to dress properly. I must have been fighting for my life on the road because I didn't film anything that day. The goal of the day was to ride 57 miles from Sunset Bay State Park in Coos Bay to Port Orford and camp at the Humbug Mountain State Park. At the beginning of the day, you climb 7 Devils Road and West Beaver Hill Road for 13 miles before getting on the 101, then settle into putting in the miles on an uninspiring stretch of the road. I stopped at Bandon around 3 p.m. for lunch and tried to recreate the magic of the traditional Irish breakfast I had a couple of days back. I rode up to the Irish pub I found on Google Map. The outdoor speakers were playing Peaceful Easy Feeling, and the chalkboard was advertising 3 different types of tacos for lunch special. Not feeling this one. I found Bandon Fish Market instead, and had some nice fish and chips. When I did the Patagonia trip, my dear friends Alicia and her husband Morgan gave me a care package, one of the items being this titanium spork. Last night, I texted Alicia to let her know the spork was on the road again. Remarkably, she got back to me today to let me know she was driving up from LA with her family and arriving at Port Orford that day to organize her Aunt Georgianne's memorial. So naturally, I invited myself to visit them at Aunt Georgianne's place just north of Port Orford. And just like that, the course of my day changed. Instead of camping alone at Humbug Mountain State Park, I got to hang out with Alicia and her family in a wonderful cabin in the middle of the woods. And instead of eating whatever abominable food I could heat up on the camp stove, I enjoyed a delicious home-cooked meal made by Alicia's sister Carmen Nicole. What an unexpected and joyful surprise. I wish I could have stayed with the Houtrouse, enjoy the warm and comfy couch, eat more of Nicole's rice and beans, and sleep in till noon. But the trip must go on, so I said goodbye to the lovely ladies and got back on the road.
Alright, entering town of Port Orford, population 1190.
I soon got to the Port Orford city line and stopped to photograph the Port Orford sign when a fellow bikepacker rolled up.
Hey there!
You're putting up a mean pace, buddy.
What? I don't know, I'm just getting started. How you doing? Where are you coming from?
Port Townsend.
Port Townsend?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Washington.
Oh, that's quite a bit of distance. Yeah, how many days so far?
I started.
Rocky, an unrepentant and unreformed ski bum, an engineer currently working at UPS in Park City, Utah, was riding from Port Townsend to San Francisco. After a short hello, we rolled together, heading south. Rocky was a good riding buddy, gregarious and quick with a joke. His stories filled up the long hours on the road. At Carmen Nicole's suggestion, we stopped at Groundling Pizza in Gold Peak for lunch. Great crust. We then continued our way south.
Margarita was better than
the surprise?
surprise.
That was good.
It was a good consistent pop.
Yeah. And I love their crust. And the margarita didn't really hide the crust, you know? With all the different flavors.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that was the best because it just was good pop.
Yeah.
Surprise kind of was a surprise.
And they delivered.
You'll have the most random conversations on the ride, and half of them will be about food. You ride faster when riding with another person, and we soon got to Brookings, Oregon, checked into a motel, then got dinner. A 64-mile day.
All right.
The next day, Rocky rolled on towards San Francisco. I stayed in Brookings and took a rest day. And with that, the first week was done. Thanks for watching.